as well. So moving on to the actinomycetes. So these are a diverse group of bacteria which is gram-positive bacilli arranged in chains or branching filamentous. Okay, these are filamentous gram-positive bacilli. And these form a mycelial network of branching filaments. Like fungi, the bacteria under this group forms a mycelial network of branching filaments. So these are filamentous gram-positive bacilli. Okay, these are mainly soil saprophytes and also it occurs as commensal in human beings. And the important genera include in this are first actinomyces. Okay, this is an anaerobe and it is a non-acid fast gram-positive bacilli. Causes actinomycosis, the clinical condition called actinomycosis. And nocardia, this is an aerobe and this is acid fast gram-positive bacilli, filamentous bacilli, and usually causes pulmonary infection. And actinomadura, this is also a non-acid fast. This is non-acid fast and causes actinomycetoma. And streptomyces, this is again non-acid fast aerobe and this is the main source of infection, streptomycin. And thermophilic actinomycetes, this is the agent that causes farmer's lung, that is hypersensitive pneumonitis. So first let's see about actinomycosis. So as I said, so actinomycosis is a clinical condition caused by actinomyces, which is a gram-positive filamentous bacilli. So these are an anaerobe, that is it grows in the absence of oxygen and these are non-acid fast bacilli. Okay, and these are mostly soil saprophytes and also occur as oral commensals, oral cavity, and this causes a condition called actinomycosis. So the main agent that infects human beings or actinomyces estrelii. This is a common species that infects man. So moving on to the pathogenesis. So actinomycosis is a chronic suppurative and granulomatous infection. Okay, this is a chronic infection, suppurative and granulomatous infection. This is characterized by multiple abscesses and you have to remember it's characterized by multiple abscesses with formation of sinus, and from the sinus the discharge comes. That discharge contains granules and on later stage fibrosis and tissue destruction. So this is a chronic granulomatous infection characterized by multiple abscesses with the formation of sinuses containing discharge that contain granules, and finally it may lead to fibrosis and tissue destruction. So the name actinomycosis comes from the word ray fungus because this organism appears like ray. It gives a ray-like appearance of the organism in the granules. Okay, that's why the name is derived from the Latin word the ray fungus actinomycosis because it gives an appearance of ray-like appearance in the granules. Okay. And mode of infection, it's mostly endogenous and it may result from trauma. That is example, dental extraction. So mostly the infection is endogenous. So the pathogenesis is like these bacteria, usually this bridges the gap between the mucosa and epithelial cells in the oral cavity and grows in an anaerobic neck and induces a inflammatory response, mixed inflammatory response. And finally, it leads to the formation of painless indurated swelling. And with this, in that swelling, we can see the sinuses. So it forms a painless indurated swelling with sinuses. And also, it drains pus. Okay, so the discharge comes out of the sinuses and it contains in the pus discharge. You can see the granules. So drain pus contains granules to the skin surface, and this then spread to the neighboring organs including the bones, and finally it induces tissue destruction. So initially the bacteria bridges a gap between the epithelial cells and the mucosa and it grows in an anaerobic neck because it is an anaerobe and it induces a mixed inflammatory response and it forms a painless indurated swelling. And the three things you have to remember, that sinuses and the discharge that contain granules, and finally it spreads to the adjacent areas including bones and induces tissue destruction. So often the hard indurated swellings are mistaken as malignant tumors. Okay, but this is a painless, hard, indurated swelling.